Good or bad marketing can make or break the success of a product or brand. But what exactly are the key elements to a successful, well-rounded marketing strategy? In this video, we'll go through the marketing mix and the 4 Ps of marketing. What is the marketing mix? The marketing mix are the steps that a company takes in order to promote a product or a service. There are different ways of classifying these steps. The 4 Ps, the 7 Ps, which are a broader version of the 4 Ps, or the 4 Cs, that approach the steps from the consumer's point of view. But even though all of them might be helpful, the 4 Ps are probably the most well-known and useful, so we'll focus on them. So what are the 4 Ps of marketing? The 4 Ps of marketing can be summed up as putting the right product in the right place at the right time at a fair price. This may seem like a simple concept, but in reality, it involves a lot of work and consideration. It's crucial to research your product's market so you can then develop a marketing strategy based on the information you have found. Although the 4 Ps are not a new concept, they are still one of the most important basics of marketing, and they address each of the key points in a marketing strategy. Without further ado, let's take a look at what exactly the 4 Ps stand for. The first of the 4 Ps refers to the product or service. Your product is always at the heart of your marketing strategy. From a modern marketing point of view, it's more beneficial to define your product based on the needs of your customers and the benefits that it brings them, rather than the product characteristics or features. Within this P, you should establish the products your brand offers, what their life cycles are, and how they can be differentiated from your competition's products. The image, branding, packaging, and post-sale services also come into play here. When you start to define your product or service strategy, you should ask yourself, what do the consumers of your product or service want? What needs does it satisfy? What are the benefits it offers? What advantages and disadvantages does it have in comparison with other brands? How does it complement other products or services, either from your company or others? Number 2 is place. Place, the second of the 4 Ps, is all about defining and managing the channels through which a product reaches consumers. These strategic sales points can range from e-commerce to a regional store to a chain with physical stores in several countries. The goal of the distribution strategy is to both make it easy for consumers to access the product and to optimize the sales process by providing a smooth shopping experience. To do this, it's important to consider decisions related to storage, inventory management, transportation, sales point locations, online and offline requests, and more. When you define your sales distribution strategy, you should ask yourself, where do clients get your product or service? How can you access the appropriate distribution channels? Do you need a sales force? Should you be attending events in your industry? Should you launch your own online store? These questions will help you to better understand place as it relates to your overall strategy. Number 3 is price. Price, the third of the 4 Ps, refers to the final price of your product or service. This is one of the most complex marketing decisions, as a series of factors are at play here, including the product's manufacturing costs, the commercial revenue you expect to receive, the company's economic goals, the demand for your product or service, your competitors' prices, the consumer's purchasing power, trends and preferences, the positioning of the product. So, when it comes time to choose the price, you should keep things such as payment methods, discounts, and loyalty programs in mind. Sometimes it can even be beneficial to increase the price to give the impression of better quality. To choose the right price, try to answer these questions. What is the manufacturing cost of your product or service? What profit margin do you need? What value does your product or service hold for the consumer? What are the average prices of brands similar to yours? Can you offer discounts and promotions in certain seasons or to certain customers? And finally, there is the 4th P, which stands for promotion. Promotion refers to all of the actions taken to communicate the benefits of your products and services in order to increase sales. This includes everything from advertising and public relations to social ads and direct marketing. Even if you have a traditional product or service, you should still keep up with the trends and the latest marketing technologies. In today's day and age, digital marketing has a huge influence, so you have to make the most of it. So, in order to create a good and efficient marketing strategy, you should ask yourself the following questions. How can you make your message reach the right audience? Which of the following are more appropriate for your brand? Banner ads, search engine marketing, social ads, radio, press, TV spots, billboards, direct marketing, or email marketing? When is the best time to promote? Does your product or service depend on seasons? What KPIs are you going to use to measure the results of your promotional efforts? Now that you're more familiar with the 4 Ps of marketing, let's take a quick look at the step-by-step plan you should follow to make the most of this classic marketing formula. Number 1, identify the product or service you need to analyze. Number 2, answer the questions we've proposed with each P. If you feel like you don't have the necessary information to answer them, it's time to roll up your sleeves and do some market research. After you've defined your marketing mix using those questions, it's also a good idea to take a look from your customer's point of view. Does the product or service satisfy their needs? Will they find it at the sales points they frequent? Will they find the price to be reflective of the value of the product or service? Will they be receptive to the messages that will motivate them to buy it? Number 4, create hypotheticals by challenging your answers with why and what would happen if. For example, what would happen if I increased the price by 5%? Would having my own e-commerce be beneficial? What happens if I move 25% of my investment in Facebook ads to Google ads? Number 5, put your hypotheticals into action, measure the results, and incorporate any necessary changes. Lastly, don't forget to perform regular checkups on your strategy because the market is constantly changing every day. And that's it for today. If you want to start a marketing mix strategy, be sure to follow the 4 Ps and the steps we talked about. If you found this video useful, make sure to give us a like and a comment and click the subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. See you soon!